Yo, what's poppin', my people? It's your boy Crooks the Great, back at you guys with another banger of a UFC 5 video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about a subject that has been circulating very heavily the past couple of days, and that is, why is UFC 5 not on PC? So I'm going to give you guys two major reasons why I believe UFC 5 is not on PC, and then at the end of the video, make sure to drop your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about what I'm going to touch on in the video, as well as some of the things you guys feel about it. Should it be on PC? Should it not be on PC? And let me know your reasons why. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into my first reason as to why UFC 5 is not going to be on PC. And that is gameplay just in general. I mean, they're moving to a new engine for UFC 5, and we already had gameplay issues for UFC 4. So could you imagine them working on gameplay fixes and then trying to implement a new gaming system on top of that? It's already tough enough for them trying to get a good game on PlayStation and on Xbox. So then you want them to move to a more high-powered gaming system such as PC? That honestly is asking for a little bit too much, ladies and gentlemen. And y'all know I was not a fan of UFC 4. And y'all know I'm pretty hyped for UFC 5. But if they were going to be releasing the game on PC, my optimism for UFC 5 would go down pretty dramatically, because it takes a lot to make a PC game, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just copy and paste from system to system. Like, that's not the way it works. Why do you think they haven't put in crossplay yet? It takes a little bit of adjusting from PlayStation to Xbox, because things don't work the same on both systems. If you guys have played UFC 4 or even played UFC 3, UFC 3 and UFC 4 on Xbox and PlayStation are two totally different games. You get stuck in transitions on the PlayStation side that you don't get stuck in on Xbox. You're able to do, the game I feel like runs a little bit more crisper on Xbox than it does on PlayStation. But there's things that you can get away with on Xbox that you don't get away with on PlayStation. And vice versa. There's things that you can get away with on PlayStation that you don't on Xbox. That's why it's so difficult for these elite level players to jump from system to system. You really don't see a lot of guys doing it, because the gameplay is different. So it's going to be hard for them to switch gameplay mechanics from a console-based system to now the high-powered system that is the PC. It's going to be pretty difficult for them to do with the time they're allotted to make a new game. Now, I'm not saying that can't be implemented in UFC 6, because for UFC 6, you could say, hey, you know what? We expect it to be on PC. I totally agree with that. But for UFC 5, I think that's a little bit too much to be asking for. On top of all the other stuff we're already asking them to do. We're already asking them for a lot of shit. And then on top of that, hey, by the way, make this on a new console. Come on now. We got to be reasonable, guys. We got to be reasonable. And the second reason that I have for you guys as to why UFC 5 is not going to be on PlayStation, is not going to be on PC, is hackers. Now, I heard this. I've been hearing this a lot. You know, oh, maybe some hackers will make the game better. And that's about the biggest can of shit I've ever heard, bro. These are not mods. These are not people that modify the game. And I think people, when they think about hackers or people modifying the game, they think of GTA. This is not GTA. This is not GTA. Now, we could get people that make new game modes like they did for Undisputed 3. They made a new game mode. They implemented new fighters and stuff like that. But I think with UFC 5, if UFC 5 was to head on to PC or was made for PC, you would see a lot more harm than you would good. Because hackers are not going to make the game enjoyable. They're not. They're not. I'm sorry. And you can sit there and argue with me till you're blue in the face. They're not going to do it. Imagine jumping on online ranked championships on a PC and having somebody hit you with undeniable transitions every single time. Or they bind their keyboards It's crazy, bro. And we already have an issue with that. With the Chronos from UFC 4. People were making mods to hack the submission system. So that anytime they locked you in a joint submission, you were done. You were going to lose. 10 times out of 10, you were not escaping a Chronos submission. So imagine Chronos, but 10 times is worse, because now they have times to be able to hack and mod these, well, not mod, but hack these striking combinations. It would be terrible, ladies and gentlemen. And for those of you guys that know a lot about people that hack games, they can make it very unenjoyable for you to play. It would not be fun, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to tell you, for those of you guys that don't play PC and that think that, hey, it wouldn't be that bad of an idea, it would be bad, man. The hackers would make it terrible. They'd make it terrible. It would not be fun to play. So I think that's what played a really big part into why UFC 5 is not on PC. I really do. Hackers and gameplay. I just don't think the gameplay would be very good, as well as I think their EA Canada, the group that makes UFC, because people think that they're this broad-ass EA company that makes all these games. The EA Canada, EA Vancouver, the ones that make UFC are not built to handle what it would take to put the game on PC. Let's just say it like that. They're just a very smaller sector of things. So I don't think they're really built for it. Now, I know you guys are going to come back with saying, hey, well, Madden has it and FIFA has it. But go and look at the sectors of EA that make those games. Those games are the money makers. So they have bigger developer teams to handle that. UFC is not known as a super big money maker for EA. Now, UFC 4 did have the most sales of any UFC game, but that just comes with the territory. UFC 5 is going to outsell UFC 4. It's just going to be the case. A lot of people said that UFC 4 wasn't better than UFC 3, but yet it outsold it. So whether UFC 5 is bad or not, it's going to outsell UFC 4. But UFC 5 is not going to outsell Madden. It's not going to outsell what is it now? FC? EA FC, because they lost the rights to FIFA. It's not going to outsell that. So until it becomes a bigger game, we might just have to deal with it being on console. At least for this game. Now, if this game does so well that they're able to expand the developer team and they get more funds into UFC 6, then maybe we could see that. But for UFC 5, unfortunately, it's not going to be the case, ladies and gentlemen. But those are my reasons as to why I believe UFC 5 is not going to be on PC. Let me know in the comment section. Like I said, do you guys agree with what I say? Do you guys disagree? And let me know why. Because I'm going to be responding to 98% of the comments on this video. So let me know. But until the next video, guys, take it easy. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from. And I'll see y'all later on, though.